Big U. What's going on with Big U? I spoke about this a couple weeks ago. I said it looks like people are starting to report rumors that he wants to represent himself. And I thought that that would have been insane for two reasons. Well, let me read this first. Big U to represent himself in federal Rico case after attorney drops out. Big U to represent himself in federal Rico case after attorney drops out, blogged by Cabbage Patch Girl, whoever that is. I don't know how credible this person is, but I got paperwork for y'all. So hold on for a second. LA street figure Big U plans to represent himself in the federal Rico case after his lawyer backed out. Attorney Arturo Hernandez filed to drop him as a client, blaming a total breakdown in the trust and communication. Um, you want me to speculate and say Big U could be very controlling of the direction of the defense, and the attorney's like, look, man, I ain't gonna get up there in a high profile case and put my reputation in line for the way that you're going about this type of shit. Plus, I'm already looking at some of the evidence and whatnot. I don't feel like losing. I'm good. You never know. You never know. You never know. Sometimes you have to think ahead as far as your reputation and the amount of money you want to continue to make as a lawyer or an attorney, right? Some of these shits you got to step to the side. But if these two guys are having a conflict, there's a million reasons why I could guess they would be having a conflict. So that's an issue. If your lawyer is actually like, I'm cool. We saw one lawyer step away from Diddy. I think it was a black lawyer, right? And everybody looked at that and said, wow, what the hell is going on? Where this person came in and said, nah, 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 I'm out of here. It doesn't look good. But here's another thing, right? Like, who's a very, very intelligent person that you feel like could represent themselves pretty well on a stand? Me. Fuck it. I'm going to say me. I feel like if you put me on a stand, I could answer pretty well. I could defend myself pretty well, right? But there's a limit. There's a limit. I've been in litigation before. I've been in arbitrations before. I've been in mediations before. I think I handle myself pretty well. You know, this is a fucking Rico charge. He's fighting a murder. He's fighting tax evasion. He's fighting. Do you guys remember? It was like 200 pages. We sat here for like 2 hours and we went through his whole original indictment when it dropped. You, Big U, want to be your own lawyer to defend that indictment? And on top of that, respectfully, all due respect, Big U does not come across like the sharpest knife in the box. He doesn't. The way he talks, I feel like even if he was super intelligent, and I don't know about it, I haven't been around the man. Let's say even if he was super intelligent, I watch his interviews. He doesn't make his points the greatest. I might ask him like, "Hey, did you and Nipsey ever have? Hey, how could I don't know." He's a little. He's not that clear. He's not. Watch his interviews. He's not that good of a speaker. So do you want to walk into a federal RICO case speaking for yourself? I think you're convicting yourself by doing that. Just my opinion. Let's go to the paperwork. Let's go to paperwork. So yeah, this rumor started weeks ago. We covered it, but now it's actually in his docket. Pete, government's memorandum regarding defendant Eugene Henley self-representation request. Okay, see that, people? You see this motion? Self-representation request. Hearing date was to be yesterday, I believe. I could probably go back to his docket today, sometime today, and see some updates, but hearing date was yesterday. All right. Once again, United States of America versus him and all his aliases. Plaintiff, United States of America, yada, 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 yada. Okay. Memorandum of Points of Authorities Introduction. Defendant Eugene Henley, defendant, requested a status conference to explore representing himself in this case. This court scheduled a hearing for May 21st, 2025. The government submits this memorandum in order to guide the court's inquiry under this reference, Ferretta versus California from 1975. Legal standard: before granting a request to proceed pro se, that's what Dark Low claimed that he was doing when he was in the interrogation room. Shout out to Dark Law. I love Dark Law's music, right? But that's what Leek Morris and a bunch of people from Philly went after Dark Law about. They were like, you sat in that detective's box and you answered a million questions. Dark Low, he came out, he did an interview. He says, I was pro se, I'm representing myself. Whether you representing yourself or not in court or on the stand, right? This was in the detective's box of what happened with Dark Low. And he was answering questions, and some of them just, all right. But here we go. Request to proceed pro se. The Ninth Circuit requires that defendant be made aware of the three elements of self-representation. It must be established that the defendant was aware of the nature of the charges against him, the possible penalties, and the dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Does he know it? Are you going to sign that dotted line? Big U. Nature of the charges. For the purposes of Beretta hearing, the government sets forth as follows: the nature of the charges against defendant. Count one, Rico conspiracy. The enterprise alleged existed. The enterprise engaged in activities that affected or would affect interstate or foreign commerce. Defendant was employed by or associated with the enterprise. The defendant knowingly and intentionally agreed and conspired with others to conduct or participate directly or indirectly in the affairs of the enterprise. All this RICO stuff. Counts 2 and 4: conspiracy to interfere with commerce by robbery and extortion. I mean, we went over a lot of this. Count 3: interference with commerce by robbery. Look at all of this. Counts 5 through 18. 18. Sheesh. Interference and attempted interference with commerce by extortion. Look at all these bullets within it. Look at all this. Count 19. Transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with intent that individual engaged in prostitution. He's got some Diddy shit on him too, allegedly, or charges. Counts 20 through 34. Wire fraud. Look at all the bullets. Look at all the examples. Counts 35 through 39, embezzlement, conversion. I mean, come on. I could keep going, people. We read the paperwork already. Count 40, bank fraud. If you want to represent yourself and you not even that good of a speaker, or you don't seem that sharp, you definitely don't know the law and you don't know the ins and outs and the loopholes of some of these defenses. Really? What the fuck? Government's memorandum regarding defendant Eugene Henley's self-representation request. Who wants, you want to know the type of case where I'm going to represent myself? I can't even think about one. Of course, nothing federal. Actually, nothing criminal neither. Even my civil situations, I had a paid retained lawyer. That gets paid on an hourly rate. No pro bono, no cheap shit. Hourly. You know what I'm saying? Where the amount of time of them doing their work and their lawyering gets to a certain level, and you don't pay as you retain, you pay forward. You pay for forward upcoming work. You know what I'm saying? Here's a quick $15,000. This is for what's going to happen over the next month and a half. Like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So even civil shit, I don't play. Like, and it's got to be based on also what you think the complaint is or the charges are, or what could be the worst case outcome if things don't go your way, right? It's worth the investment of a paid lawyer. Like, you don't have the expertise in any of these fields at all, and you're not that sharp, and you're not a good speaker. This is Rico shit. If you ask me, if we're interpreting that this update the right way, he's convicting himself.